Did you know that nearly 60% of leaders fail to reach their full potential simply because they don't understand the game they're in? In fact, a shocking 85% of employees feel their skills are underutilized in the workplace, yet only 18% of managers believe their company is doing enough to help them grow. These numbers reveal something crucial. Leadership isn't just about working hard, it's about knowing how to play the right game. In this video, we'll dive deep into the real rules of career advancement that most leaders overlook. From understanding the invisible rules that govern your workplace to mastering strategic influence, you'll discover why titles don't matter, until they do, and how to break through the hidden barriers stopping you from reaching the next level. Stay tuned, this isn't the typical career advice you've heard before. It's time to learn the game you didn't know you were playing. Chapter 1, The Invisible Rules. Navigating the unspoken game. Every career has an invisible game that most leaders don't even know they're playing. You might be grinding hard, putting in the hours, and meeting goals, but if you don't understand the unwritten rules of career advancement, you might be stuck in the wrong game. In 2019, a study by Gallup found that only 18% of managers strongly agree that their workplace enables them to do what they do best. So, why do so many get stuck? It's because they don't know the subtle, invisible forces at play. The first invisible rule is the power of relationships. Networking isn't just about making connections, it's about the right connections. Leaders who master relationships tend to move ahead faster. Harvard Business Review pointed out that 85% of success in business is due to interpersonal skills, not technical ability. Understanding how to play this people game will give you an edge, even when you're not the most qualified. Another unspoken rule? The importance of visibility. It's not enough to do great work. You need to be seen doing great work. In a study by McKinsey & Company, it was found that women in particular are less likely to be given credit for their contributions, even though their work is equal to or better than their male counterparts. Being visible means speaking up in meetings, taking credit where it's due, and ensuring your value is recognized. But there's another layer to this: understanding company culture. A company may say it values innovation, but if the culture doesn't support it, your ideas won't go far. Culture eats strategy for breakfast, as Peter Drucker famously said. To advance, you need to not just fit into the culture, but adapt and play by its rules, whether that means playing it safe or taking bold risks. Chapter 2, Playing with Power, The Art of Strategic Influence. Influence is often a silent currency in the game of career advancement. It's not enough to just be good at your job, you need to know how to get people on your side. A key to doing this is understanding strategic influence. A leader's ability to influence others is often more important than their technical skills. In fact, research from the Center for Creative Leadership found that the top 3 skills most sought after in leaders are influence, communication, and decision-making, way above technical skills. Strategic influence starts with empathy. Leaders who show empathy, who understand the feelings and motivations of others, have a much stronger ability to inspire loyalty and trust. Studies show that leaders who are empathetic are 60% more likely to have engaged teams. Being genuinely interested in your colleagues and their challenges will help you build the kind of relationships that lead to career advancement. One way to increase your influence is by becoming a mentor. This may seem counterintuitive: why give away your knowledge when you could keep it to yourself? But mentoring others builds your credibility and helps you gain influence over time. In a study conducted by the American Management Association, 70% of people who had a mentor were promoted, compared to only 39% of those who did not. Another key strategy is mastering the art of persuasion. Leaders who understand persuasion can inspire action, influence decision-making, and move projects forward. According to Robert Cialdini's book Influence, the 6 principles of persuasion, reciprocity, commitment, social proof, authority, liking, and scarcity, are powerful tools for leaders to influence without overt power. But influence isn't just about getting people to like you, it's about delivering results in a way that shows you know how to make things happen. One of the best ways to build influence is to become a problem solver. When people see you as the go-to person for solving problems, your influence grows exponentially. It's not about just being visible, it's about becoming indispensable. Chapter 3, The Leadership Mirage, Why Titles Don't Matter, Until They Do. The chase for titles is real, but titles alone don't define leadership. You can be a VP and still struggle to lead effectively. On the other hand, someone without a formal title can still influence and lead their team in significant ways. A study by Zinger/Folkman found that leaders with formal titles are often perceived as less effective than those with strong leadership skills, regardless of their rank. Titles matter, but they aren't the game changer that most think they are. One reason for this is that many leaders focus too much on the title and not enough on the skills required to lead. Leadership isn't about the title you have, it's about the impact you make. The real game is about influence, communication, and results, not the position on a business card. In fact, the most successful leaders often focus on creating opportunities for others, not just themselves. Leaders who focus on the success of their team, their projects, and their people often rise to the top. According to research by Gallup, employees who feel their manager cares about their personal development are 60% more likely to be engaged. The key is shifting the focus from personal advancement to team success. But titles do matter when it comes to leveraging power in specific organizational structures. The higher up you go, the more authority you have to enact change. However, just because you hold a high position doesn't mean you'll be a great leader. As former Apple executive Kim Scott says, the best leaders don't give orders, they help others find their own path to excellence. A more effective approach is to think of titles as tools for leverage, not as proof of success. If you're stuck at a lower level, don't get discouraged. Instead, focus on how you can use your current role to build relationships and influence. Understanding the true role of titles in your organization will help you navigate the career game more effectively. Titles only matter when they help you push forward the agenda you're working toward. In the end, leadership is about vision, decision-making, and inspiring others, not just claiming a label. A study by Korn Ferry found that 85% of people who achieved top leadership roles had an ability to build strong relationships with others, not just technical skills. The real lesson here is simple: don't obsess over titles. Instead, obsess over your ability to influence, create impact, and build your network. When you do that, titles will follow, naturally. If you want more career advancement insights, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for the next chapters, where we dive deeper into leadership strategies. Chapter 4, The Game of Perception, Shaping How You're Seen in the Workplace. The game of career advancement isn't just about what you do, it's about how people perceive what you do. Perception is reality, and how you're seen in the workplace can make all the difference in whether you rise to the top or get overlooked. Research from the Center for Talent Innovation found that employees who are seen as high potential by others are 3.5 times more likely to be promoted than those who are not. One of the best strategies for controlling your perception is mastering the art of self-promotion. Many people shy away from this, thinking it's bragging. But a study by the Harvard Business Review found that leaders who actively promote their accomplishments are perceived as more competent and confident. Self-promotion isn't about being boastful, it's about making sure your value is noticed. It's about confidently sharing your results without feeling guilty. Another key to shaping perception is consistency. It's easy to get distracted by new projects or opportunities, but being consistent in your work and in how you present yourself is crucial. People want to know that they can rely on you, and the best way to show that is through consistent behavior and performance. In fact, consistency is one of the biggest indicators of leadership potential. A study from McKinsey & Company shows that leaders who show consistent decision-making are more trusted and respected. Your image also extends beyond your work output. The way you communicate, the energy you bring to meetings, and how you interact with others all shape your perception. One study by Deloitte found that 70% of leaders who excel in communication have a significantly higher chance of getting promoted. People remember how you make them feel. Being approachable, clear, and open can help you stand out. It's also important to know when to adapt your behavior to different situations. What works in one team or department may not work in another. Understanding your audience, whether you're talking to your boss, a colleague, or a client, can help you adapt your message and approach to create the best impression. Finally, take control of your narrative. In the book Radical Candor, author Kim Scott emphasizes how leaders who communicate their values and goals clearly can shape the perceptions of their team. By openly sharing your career goals and demonstrating your alignment with company values, you make it easier for others to see the kind of leader you're becoming. Chapter 5, Power Moves versus Smart Moves, Why You're Playing the Wrong Game. Many people make the mistake of thinking that power moves, aggressive tactics or ruthless competition, are the key to career advancement. But the truth is, the smartest moves are often the quietest. Power moves might get you attention, but they often backfire in the long run. Smart moves, on the other hand, are about being strategic, playing the long game, and using your influence to create opportunities. A good example of a smart move is aligning yourself with a mentor or sponsor. In his book The Mentor Leader, Tony Dungy explains that mentors can be the difference between stalling in your career and skyrocketing to new heights. Having a mentor provides guidance, support, and opportunities that you might not have otherwise. But it's important to choose your mentor wisely. Research from the American Society for Training and Development shows that employees with mentors are 5 times more likely to be promoted than those without. Smart moves also involve identifying gaps in your skills and addressing them. Rather than fighting for a promotion just because it's available, ask yourself, what's missing from my skill set that could help me succeed in this role? This approach requires you to be honest with yourself and to prioritize growth over immediate reward. Studies have shown that employees who invest in skill building are 60% more likely to get promoted. Another example of a smart move is focusing on delivering value in your current role, rather than constantly chasing higher positions. In the book The Lean Startup, Eric Ries argues that delivering incremental value is one of the most sustainable ways to advance your career. If you can consistently demonstrate how you contribute to your team's success, your leadership potential becomes undeniable. In addition, staying patient and playing the long game is one of the smartest strategies. A study by the Harvard Business Review shows that leaders who think long-term are far more likely to succeed than those who make short-term, flashy decisions. While power moves may feel like quick wins, they often fail to provide sustainable growth, while smart, deliberate actions set you up for long-term success. Finally, realize that playing the game of career advancement is about your reputation. Power moves can often damage relationships and hinder your growth. On the other hand, smart moves, being reliable, building a positive image, and having others' backs, help you become a trusted leader who earns respect over time. So, focus on building relationships, gaining skills, and delivering results instead of rushing for power. Chapter 6, Unlocking the Next Level, How to Break Through the Glass Ceiling. The glass ceiling is real, and it can be one of the most frustrating obstacles for many leaders. However, breaking through it isn't just about working harder or waiting for your chance, it's about changing your mindset and developing the right strategies to push past the barriers. Research by McKinsey & Company shows that women, for example, are less likely to advance to senior leadership positions, even when they outperform their male counterparts. But it doesn't have to be this way. One key strategy is seeking out and creating opportunities for advancement. The idea of waiting your turn doesn't work anymore. Leaders who break the glass ceiling are proactive in creating opportunities. They volunteer for high visibility projects, push for new initiatives, and seek mentorship to help guide their next steps. According to a report by the National Bureau of Economic Research, employees who actively seek new opportunities and challenges are 40% more likely to advance in their careers. Networking is another crucial tool for breaking through the glass ceiling. However, it's not just about having a large number of contacts, it's about building strategic relationships. Research shows that leaders who actively network with people in positions of power are 30% more likely to be promoted. Networking opens doors to new opportunities, but it also helps you understand how decisions are made in your company and where you fit into the broader vision. Confidence is another key to breaking through the ceiling. Leaders who have self-confidence, and the ability to advocate for themselves, are more likely to push past barriers. According to a study by Catalyst, women who display confidence at work are seen as 1.8 times more likely to be promoted than those who don't. Having the courage to speak up, ask for what you want, and assert your value is crucial in breaking barriers. Another critical strategy is continuous self-improvement. No one breaks the glass ceiling by being stagnant. Successful leaders focus on continuous learning, seeking new experiences, and developing their skills to stay competitive. In The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey stresses the importance of sharpening the saw, constantly working on improving yourself and refining your skill set. Lastly, being resilient is the foundation of breaking through barriers. You will face setbacks, rejections, and obstacles on your way up. But each setback is an opportunity to learn and adapt. As Oprah Winfrey famously said, "Think like a queen." A queen is not afraid to fail. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness. Breaking the glass ceiling doesn't happen overnight, but with the right strategies, creating opportunities, networking effectively, building confidence, continuing to learn, and staying resilient, you can unlock the next level of your career and achieve the success you deserve. Don't forget to subscribe for more leadership tips and career advice. It's time to start playing the right game and unlock your true potential.